Hey guys, it's Jacob, and I'm here to talk to you about a recent news article detailing an event that happened over 50 years ago. Interesting, yeah? I know some of you history buffs may be eager to find out what I'm about to say, while some others may be getting ready to hit the close button on this history lesson. But stick around because what you are about to hear has implications that could have changed the course of a war. Yeah, a war. You heard that right. The Cold War to be exact. So let's take a journey back to 1961, when the United States was in the thick of the war. Fun fact, made better by the terrible lighting in this room. The war was cold because there was technically no direct fighting between the United States and the former Soviet Union. Kind of like today's war of words between President Obama and President Putin of Russia. Anyway, it's January 20th, and amid the freezing and the snow, John F. Kennedy delivers his inaugural address, saying, "We offer not a pledge but a request that both sides begin anew the quest for peace. Before the dark powers of destruction, unleashed by science, engulf all humanity in planned or accidental self-destruction." As some of you may have noticed, headphones have just magically appeared on my head, and I have a dog in the other hand. That's because it's pouring cats and dogs outside, and I just wanted to reduce as much background noise as possible, so bear with me here. Okay, so that's out of the way. Now back to JFK's inaugural address. Little did he know the weight, and I guess you could say the irony, that his words would carry just 4 days later. So let's step into our time machine and travel to the night of January 24th, when an American B-52 bomber, a symbol of the United States military might, is flying over Goldsboro, North Carolina. Inside the plane, 8 crew members and 2 multi-megaton Mark 39 nuclear bombs. That may sound like gibberish to some people, but let's put this into perspective. I like putting things into perspective. The combined force of the 2 bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan, ending World War II in the Pacific, totaled about 0.03 megatons of explosive force. These 2 bombs, on the other hand, totaled about 7.6 megatons, or over 250 times the explosive yield. All this explosive power flying over a quaint little town of 84,000 people. So when the right wing of the plane failed and the plane broke up in the air, all 8 crew members ejected. But when you're one of the 5 surviving members of an 8-man crew who just hurtled toward the ground from a plane that broke apart mid-flight, the last thing that's on your mind is, what just happened to those 2 bombs that we were transporting? In fact, according to one crew member, the hardest part of getting to the ground was encountering the various dogs along the road. Good news, the headphones are off because it has come down to a drizzle. So what did happen when the 2 bombs fell? Well, the force of the airplane breaking apart in the air began a tedious process that would arm the bombs to explode. However, due to a series of fortunate events, each bomb was damaged in its own way, which prevented them from exploding in the end. So when you think back to JFK's somewhat prescient speech and this whole bit about how we should make peace before it's too late, you can't help but wonder if something like this is what he had in mind. Do we have the knowledge and the capabilities to save ourselves from our own creations? So what do you think? If the bombs did go off, how would this have affected the course of the Cold War and the nuclear arms race? Feel free to start a friendly debate in the comments below, and do not forget to like and subscribe. For a great read about this closely averted catastrophe, check out Command and Control by Eric Schlosser. Thank you, and Fernando will see you next week.